former Cuban. Trajkovic of Cyprus. Look at him. Well, they've got spiked shoes on, but really it just affects the confidence a little bit when you've got rain pounding down like this, because it is absolutely throwing it down. The camera's getting its fair share as well, as you can see. But there's the lineup for the first heat of the men's 110-meter hurdles. Fofana of Italy, Trajkovic of Cyprus, Reynolds of Ireland, Kopanyko of Ukraine. I'll try that again. Kopanyko of Ukraine, Contreras of Spain, Laka of Finland, and Martinsen of Denmark. Let's go through the lane by lane. We may well get a chance to do that. Fofana of Italy, formerly of Ivory Coast, didn't get beyond the heats of the championships last time, drawn on that inside lane. In the second lane, Trajkovic of Cyprus, the Cyprus record holder, competed in the Commonwealth Games. He didn't get through the heats there. He didn't get through the heats in the last Europeans either. The Irishman, Ben Reynolds, Northern Irish record holder, 6 times the champion. But this is Contreras of Spain, former Cuban, as I said, in Spain since 2012, semi-finalist in the World Championships last year. Then you've got Lako, 3 times the Finnish champion. Trajkovic of Cyprus then. He's got a 13.55 to his credit. But certainly Contreras of Spain with, well, he's got a 13.35 to his credit. We'll see. Fofana, Trajkovic, Reynolds, Kopanyko of Ukraine, Contreras of Spain, Laka of Finland, Martinsen of Denmark. The first heat, the first 3 to go through to the next round, plus the 4 fastest losers. Contreras got to the hurdle quite quickly, didn't he? Around the far side, Trajkovic of Cyprus running very strongly indeed, along with Contreras on the near side. Contreras and Trajkovic. Trajkovic gets it. Contreras gets in second place. 13.41. That's not bad in these conditions, actually. You've got a 0.3 meter per second wind behind. But Trajkovic of Cyprus, their record holder, 13.55. It's 13.39 in fact for Trajkovic. That's a very, very good start for him.
Yes, it's the fastest time of his life. He's just broken his own national record. What a performance from Trajkovic. Well, if he can do that splashing through the rain, what will he achieve when the sun comes up? Great run. 1 or 2 problems, I'm afraid, for Ben Reynolds, the Irishman. Got into all sorts of trouble with his trail leg early on and was never able to regain the rhythm. Let's take a look at that. Look at Reynolds first of all. 3 from the left as we look there, 3 from the right as things turn round. Went through the second barrier with his lead leg. Never recovered at all. But compare that with the Cypriot. Out in front, great rhythm. Class apart. Cypriot national record. Not a huge man. A very snappy trail leg, flexibility, particularly around the hip area, is an absolute must for sprint hurdlers. Yeah, that trail leg, fabulous. Comes through very, very quickly. He's absolutely solid on the centre of the hurdle, and his shoulders really don't move too much at all. But Martinsen got 3rd place there with the first 3 to qualify. He goes through when he's got a 13.65, a season's best for him. So despite the conditions, well, they've done very well. Well, there it is. Trajkovic, a national record, 13.39. Contreras second, 13.46. Martinsen then the 3rd qualifier with 13.65. 96. So we're all set to go with this second heat of the qualification round of the men's sprint hurdles. Let's just clarify what we're talking about when we say qualification round. It's something that's been introduced to these European Championships. there is essentially a bye or a direct route to the semi-finals for any athlete who is ranked in the top 12 in Europe, and that's on the basis of this year's performances. So if you are ranked somewhere between 1 and 12 in Europe in 2016 and have entered these championships, you can bypass the qualification round and go straight to the semi-finals. So we have 3 heats. This is the second of them. The qualifying criteria, the first 3 plus 4 fastest losers. So we will have room for an additional 11 who will have gone through that process of having their rankings in the top 12. The list includes Vladimir Vukacevic, whose elder sister is the Norwegian national record holder. They're a good hurdling family. In fact, their father was the national record holder in the old Yugoslavia. So there is the lineup. In the middle there, Matthias Bühler, 5 times the German champion. He was a semi-finalist at the World Championships in Beijing last year. There's Vukacevic. 13.55, his lifetime best. Despite these conditions, we've seen Milan Trajkovic of Cyprus breaking his own Cypriot national record in the opening heat. So the rain may be coming down, but the breeze that is out there is legal, and it is at the backs of the sprinters, which isn't always an advantage. It is important to stress that, because stride patterns are so important, and many of these, particularly the long striding sprint hurdlers, the wind at their backs can sometimes take them a little bit too close to the hurdles, so adjustments always have to be made. It's really a discipline of very fine margins. So they go first time. There's a bit of movement there in the box from Bühler, and he's been left a little bit, and there are problems there for Shamatra, the Ukrainian, who's almost out of it. The pole on the far side, Bochenek, but now you can see closest to the camera, Abati of Italy, it is who takes it. It may well have been Vukacevic who came through for second. We're looking for the first 3. Great run from Abati. The Italian, who hasn't been in his best form yet this year. That is the fastest time he's run in 2016 by some margin. But he is, when he's going well, very good. Bühler, well, he did in fact get second place. Bühler very close for second place, just 1/100th of a second between second, third and fourth.
Yeah, it was a poor run there by Shamatrin of Ukraine. He really did stumble. Once he hit the hurdles, there was nothing coming back. But Abate on the near side, good hurdler. He's looks good coming off the hurdle. Really nice high knee coming off that hurdle and getting down to the deck, and just holding off Bühler of Germany and Colomo of Spain. Well, 13.63, 13.75, 13.76. So look at the second place. When you've got the first 3 to go through, that's going to be tough on one of those.
And we were talking about that men's sprint 100 final last night. Well, the first 3 in that final, rather like second, third and fourth here. Just 1/100th of a second between all 3. So Vukacevic will have to see if he goes through as a fast loser, but Abate, the Italian, was out in front. There it is, 13.63, significantly slower than the first heat. The wind reading officially minus 0.5 meters per second.
Wow, that was a good performance under the
of Spain, Parini of Italy, Sedok of the Netherlands, Dave King of Great Britain, Soux of Hungary, and Pena of Switzerland. In the 7th, they rode from lanes 2 to 7 on this occasion. Porras, semi-finalist in the World Youth Championship a few years ago, but they're going straight to Gregory Sedok of the Netherlands, former European indoor champion, semi-finalist in 2 Olympic Games in Beijing in 2008 and again in 2012. He's been around a long time and has been a great servant of Dutch athletics. David King, 3rd in the UK Championships. I saw him in the great Manchester City Games, incidentally, on the city environment, which has been so successful in Britain. He was 3rd in that. 3 times an English under-23 a European under-23 champion. But Sedok with 13.37 is 13.48 this season. But he has had problems with false starts in the past. He really does need to get away from the blocks quickly, of course. First 3 to go through, plus the 4 fastest over the heats. Painter of Switzerland, is he there? Don't think he is. Yes, I think he is. Yeah, he's there. King getting away well at this stage. Sedok is really struggling. King going well and leading this. The Briton, he's got a really hard work. He's got to work hard in the final stage, but he's going to qualify and qualify quite comfortably. And the Italian in second place and Sux in third. So Perini second, Sux in third. 13.57. David King through by right, and that was a good, solid performance by him. And he really went out of the block. Sedok really didn't get into his running at all early on. But he's been around a long, long time now. But he has got a 13.48 this season. So, but the Valdo Sux, well, he got through. So did Perini, celebrating there. Perini, 13.68 in second place. A good win at 13.55 for David King there, with Sux at 13.76. Let's have a little look at King.
He's got a bit of the John Ridgeon about him, hasn't he? Very, very flexible. Look how close his chin gets to his lead knee. Compare that with Gregory Sedok, who, because he maybe lacks a little bit in the inches, climbs the hurdles a bit, but King, very dynamic. Shoulders staying very level. Good flexibility.
Yeah, he gets down to the ground quickly with that trail leg, doesn't he? And you need to do that in high hurdling. The 3-stride pattern in the middle of those hurdles is good. He's dipping in, but he's got it by a good margin, actually, by just over a tenth. So it was a very, look at that, it's a very good win indeed, with Sux of Hungary getting the 3rd qualification place. David King, Lorenzo Perini and Valdo Sux, and they're the first 3. Wonder what Lorenzo Perini's got to say.
Emanuele 63, migliore stagione.
Grazie, sì. Era l'obiettivo di questo europeo fare il primato stagionale. Ci sono riuscito. Oggi è anche il mio compleanno, quindi...
Auguri!
Grazie.
E cosa stai cercando per le semifinali adesso?
Io intanto cerco il tempo per le Olimpiadi. Io penso che dopo oggi...
So what's your goal for the semi-final? I think I can achieve my goals. I think I'll be calmer. I will risk everything, and I want to get to the Olympics. Happy birthday. Thank you.
Well, that was Abate, of course, not the Italian in the last heat, Perini.